Welcome to another installment of Fractal Radio. So I was just, doing the basic morning routine, getting up, brushing my teeth, etc., doing some writing, and the thought struck me. Part of the ritual that I do, that I've mentioned, is, I put on a tie, etc. And at times it feels a little bit over elaborate, a little bit like I'm being cocky or taking myself too seriously, and then it struck me. That's kind of the problem with today's society, or perhaps with society in general, for the longest time, that people cannot take themselves seriously outside of the context of a large organization. So for instance, if I was working for a company, XYZ, and I put on a tie and a jacket and all that kind of stuff, that would be legitimated, and I wouldn't have any kind of psychological qualms about, oh, well, am I being kind of a prick here? And that's kind of sad, because the whole purpose of the kind of system of government and ideals that we have is the power of the individual. And I don't mean the power of the individual to be kind of this caricature that some of us make of it as like, I'm this totally independent guy that's just going to be a radical douche. I mean, as in, I'm a human being, whether or not you believe in it. I'm just going to use it as a philosophical sort of ideal. You have the divine spark within you, and you should treat yourself with respect, because when you do that, when you take the time, not even necessarily to take care of your appearance, but whatever it is that's the equivalent of that, when you do that, and you realize that the things that you do on a daily basis, the information that you review, the quality of how you do whatever job it is that you do, that matters, and that it doesn't necessarily matter more or less because you're doing it independently, or it seems like a hobby, or whatever, then you'll be able to be a much more effective citizen and person, and you won't be constantly saying, oh, I'm bored, I don't know what to do, and basically outsourcing all of the progress that you could be making to large institutions which aren't that great at making it. What I'm saying is, you don't necessarily have to put on a tie or whatever, but let go of this idea that makes you kind of snarky as well. I just noticed it, like, oh, well, why are you dressed like that? Why are you doing that? Are you, do you think you're some kind of guy? And I'm like, no, I just think that I am a guy. I'm a man. Or, if you're a woman, you're a woman. And there's no need for me to justify, my ability to take myself seriously, because I took the trouble to learn how to read well, how to analyze information. I do the best I can with the information that I have, and I'm always constantly going through a process of review of how I do things. And I'm just not... See, what is this video about? It's a little rambly, but I'm just not going to take any more of this kind of guff, because it's not constructive for anybody. All this, flannel shirt stuff, I love flannel shirts. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the actual clothing. I'm talking about the attitude that goes with the beard and the everything. That's just the newest iteration of a mindset of pseudo folksiness that generally comes from bourgeoisie people. It's just destructive to everybody, to the people that are putting it forward, etc. And it's not even so much that aspect of it that I want to highlight, but the aspect of, holy crap, you can respect yourself, and just because, are you a reporter, oh, are you a scientist, or are you or this or that? No. The reason that we have an education system, the reason that we make people go to high school, is so that they learn to read and analyze information, and you can do that there, and you can also do that on your own. In the movie Good Will Hunting, why don't you just go to the library instead of going to that for college, etc. So what I'm saying is, friggin', just realize your potential, and don't squander other people's potentials just because you're insecure. Take care, folks.